Hello and welcome to Mickey Art. My name's Michelle Edhouse and today I'm gonna see what these porcelain paints do on a flat surface. Now you guys have watched me, if you've been following my channel for the last few weeks, you've watched me do quite a number of mugs, and what I've been wondering about is how these behave on a flat surface. I've seen them give me cells, and of course on a 3D surface cells tend to droop a little bit. This is a tile, and I'm thinking, well, you know, if they're dishwasher safe and you know they're lasting really well, the ones that I've been using, they're getting used every day. All the other unpainted mugs are feeling left out in my cupboard because they're not getting used. But what I'm going to do today is give them a go on a flat surface, because if these can withstand going through the dishwasher time and time again, surely they can withstand being used in a bathroom. So that's what I'm looking at. First, what I'm going to do though, I've got my lapis blue, I've got my coral red, and I've got my Marcel yellow, and also the ivory white. I'm actually going to put some silicone in each of these and stir it in. I haven't done that in the past. I've tried to add it during the pouring process, and it's not how we do it with acrylic pouring, so why am I trying to do it that way with these paints? Now, with most of acrylic pouring, what we do is we put roughly 1 drop of silicone per 30 mils of paint, which is 30 mils of paint is 1 fluid ounce for those of you who do the imperial system. I must say, I do find it funny that the biggest country that uses the imperial system, i.e. the States, prides itself on not being imperial, not having a king or queen. It makes me laugh. But anyway, that's just... Some of you have been very, very knowledgeable on the imperial system and why it's not used and what the reason and justification is. Apparently, there's actually only 3 countries in the world. And I'm just going from what I've been told by one of my amazing commenters on the channel. There's only 3 countries in the world that still use the imperial weights and measures system. I find that fascinating. Anyway, so I'm going to do this as if I was doing a normal pour, and it would be really good if I could get it into the hole. So this is one of the original paint bottles. It's a 20 milliliter paint bottle, or 2/3 of an ounce. And I am just going to pour multiple layers of the colours. As we would in a acrylic pour. Now, the reason why the cells work in this system is because this paint is water-based. It's also advertised as non-toxic, which is why they are happy for you to put it near food. They do recommend not putting it where food is actually going to be. but it is non-toxic. So if you're worried about kids being in the bath with these on the wall, I wouldn't worry at all, personally. Now, these paints are not cheap. I've had a couple of you comment on how expensive they are. They are definitely not cheap. They are not something I would go about painting large large things with. It's the last white I'm going to use on that one. And the last blue. So we have a very, very mottled bottle in there. And I'm intrigued to see what gets created. Somebody did say to me, you know, what if you were to have a container that you could run your runoff into and save it. So I thought that was a great idea. I am going to do that because, as I said, this stuff is super expensive. So I've got my little container, and I'm gonna, if I'm running off the edges with this stuff, I'm gonna try and get it into there, and then I can use it as a negative space color. Now let's show you what's going on in this pot. It's multicolored to the top and back. And I'm just going to do a flip cup. Haven't done a flip cup for a while. And I'm intrigued to see what happens. Let's make sure you guys can see what's happening. So I'm just running this as if I was doing a normal flip cup. But I'm using porcelain paint on a tile, which this porcelain paint is designed to then be baked in an oven, and it becomes dishwasher safe. One of the things I love about these colors is they are so transparent. They really do. Okay, let me zoom you in and show you just how transparent those are. You can see through all the layers. It's so pretty. Okay, so I'm going to do this as if I'm doing a normal painting, which requires me to use my torch. I've just let it settle out. There's quite a few air bubbles starting to come to the top. I'm not seeing much sign of actual silicone going on in there. I'll turn that around so you can see the whole lot. Oh, there comes the silicone. Oh my goodness. Look at that, guys. Wow. Oh, exciting. I think I'm running out of gas. Oh, wow. They are cool cells. Look at them. Wow. Now, there's an air bubble there. Just using a little pin because I realised I was using quite a bit of heat on that, and this stuff dries really quickly. So you do need to be quite aware of what's going on. Now, let me just bring you over to this corner. I've just taken that container off. I want to show you. Look at that. It's so pretty. Come on. Alright, so I'm just gonna bring you down and let's stretch some of this out. Now, I have tried putting leftover paint from this stuff into pendant bezels and allowing it just to dry just like I would with normal paint, and I have had quite lumpy, odd response. You know what I think, if you were going to do like a backsplash or something using this stuff, you might want to try it doing just like a ribbon pour, like line several tiles up in a row and then pour a ribbon. That would be quite cool. They're going really jaggedy really quickly. Look at this. They still look cool, and the cells are not holding their shape. But wow, it looks so cool. Another thought I had was to have it on a slight angle and pour from the top and let it run down like as if it was a mug, and see what that created. Because I get that if we leave it as thick as we would normally leave acrylic paint, you would probably end up with quite a odd response. So I'm just picking up paint that's poured out of the container. Just giving the paint something to slide on. as I said, it does dry really quickly. Look at that, the colours on this, guys. These are just stunning. And that's what happens when you drop it. No! How does it get any better than that? Oh, crikey. Crikey, crikey, crikey. Let's just pick that up. Scoop that up off there. What's right about that? I'm not getting. Was somebody wondering what it would do in a swipe? There you go. Clever creators. Well, that certainly didn't come out how I was hoping for it to come out. But it's cool. Right. Well, what's right about that? I'm not getting. Let's set this back down again. It's not pretty anymore. Got some cool sales coming up though. All right. So if you've watched any of my videos, you'll know I don't just leave things looking fugly. So let's see. Well, I was talking just before about doing a pour. Somebody out there is going, what are you doing? Just wash it away. Nope. I like to play. I like to experiment, and I like to share my experiments with you guys so that we can all learn together. to me that's part of the target of my channel, is to be the invitation to a different possibility, to share with you guys what I discover, and not just the good but also the random creations. So how should I do this? What do you reckon? I'm gonna smear it out to the sides so we've got paint all over. Let me zoom you out so you can see what I'm doing. Alright, so what I've done, you can't really tell, but this end is that high off the ground, yeah. And this end is only that far off the ground and sitting into that little pot that I talked about earlier. And I've got my colours. So let me know in the comments, what would you have done? Would you have just gone, oh, it's ruined, and thrown it away? All right. So the paint is shifting. It's moving. It's grooving. Now I don't want to lose any off the sides, so I'm just going to use little popsicle sticks as what we used to call corner catchers. It used to be cardboard, and it just stops the paint from falling off the sides. What magic does this paint want to create? I'm intrigued. What will it create? What will it do? Sorry if you guys are getting bored just watching me just pouring paint around. I actually really like this mess area that's the leftovers from the it's kind of funky what's left on the stick. Alright, I'm gonna torch it. There's just some patches where there seems to be no paint at all, so I'm just filling those in. I'm intrigued. Alright, you guys have put up with me for long enough on this one. I'm gonna leave it to dry and show it to you when it's dry. And hopefully it will be something that's interesting and different and usable. I'm going to flatten it back out again now. But before I go, I'm going to bring you down and just show you what I'm seeing close up. And then you'll be able to see how it changes. Come on. That's brought up a whole heap new cells in there. I'm intrigued. It's so weird. There was a bubble that wasn't popping. Got it. How bizarre, how bizarre. Right. Okay. There are so many cells in here. It's like cells inside cells inside cells in some places. Super intrigued to see how this dries. Also, this is something that's very funky to me. Look at that. It's kind of almost like, I really don't know how to describe it. It looks like a jellyfish. Somebody on the acrylic pouring for fun posted that they poured a jellyfish, and it did look like a jellyfish. It was super cool. But look at this. This is the white sort of doing its weird funky thing. It's so cool. It's so cool. Ugly, but interesting. Look at this. Oh my god, they're so weird. I needed to order myself some more cabochons because I've run out. There's things in here that I'd just dunk a cabochon on top of and capture them. They're just this. Oh, come on, focus. Maybe that is focused. That's so 3D. Really does look like an eye. Look, that white's doing it again here. So weird. It's so cool. Look at that. Just weird. That's all I can call them. Weird. Look, cells inside cells inside cells. They're just weird. Super cool and super weird. Anyway, I'm going to leave it to dry. Let it do its thing. I think I might do another one. And see if I actually can get a real pour without dropping it. But this is so cool. So cool and so weird. I adore you all, and I will be back your time in 3, 2, 1. All right, here it is. Yeah. Not excited about this one, I must say. It's got some very funky things going on in here, though. I just wanted to show you these. They are some, just love the way these colours interact with each other. It's this bit here, I love it. Love it, love it, love it. But they do some weird things together, I must say. Although, I know that's where it got smeared, but with the black lines through it, it actually looks quite cool. Like to have a whole tile like that would be very cool. Yeah. I don't love it. I don't love it at all. But as I say, it's got some cool bits. It's got some fun interactions. But it's not staying. So what I thought I would do, because all the pieces I've done with this porcelain paint, I have fired them in the oven. So this one, I'm gonna not. Some of you have been asking about, oh, what if I don't want to fire it? What if I don't want to put it in the oven? What if I'm scared of toxic fumes? The company is very clear that this stuff is not toxic. And that they actually promote it to be cooked in your household oven. So, and there's no talk of being careful or sealing it so that the fumes can't impregnate the rest of the oven. But I just want to show you that it does, if you hate it, if you think it's ugly. Opposite of the Rod Stewart song, Do You Think I'm Sexy? If you think it's ugly, you can just peel it off. Now this, when did I pour this? Did I pour this yesterday or the day before? I think it was the day before. So this has been poured for 2 days. And it's still soft enough to pull off. Oh, that's a fun part. I like that bit. The underside. One of the girls in the acrylic pouring for fun group is actually planning, once she buys some of this stuff, to pour on some glass mugs. So if you're not a member of the acrylic pouring for fun group, I would highly recommend jump on there and wait for her to post those, because I'm intrigued to see what they look like top and bottom. But because I can't wait for her, she hasn't even bought her paints yet. This is my way of having a look at what it would be if it was top and bottom. I'm trying to get it all off in one piece. Might take me a bit longer than I'd hoped to. Let's do that. That might make it faster. There we go, look at that. In my head I asked, what would make this faster? And the scissors went, me. So I went, okay. Oh wow, I think she's going to have some absolutely delectable mugs. Let's just peel this off gently, trying to no, it's got a bit thin there. So there you go, there's a bit of information if you are planning to peel it off and use it for something. I'm not quite sure what you'd use it for, maybe pendants or something like that. Make sure you get it nice and thick so that you can peel it. Wow, look at that. That's super cool. Check it out, guys. Wow. Yum. Oh, I think I like the underside of this much more. What do I do with it now? See, this is the only problem with having to peel it off to find the underside, is that it doesn't always come off in one beautiful big clean lump. Oh, wow. That, my dear friends, is stunning. Look, it looks like it's been brushed, like dry brushed-y. Oh, wow. Come on, focus. Let's see if we can get a little less glare. Wow. Look at that. That's so pretty. Even down here it looks like clouds or something. I don't know. That's super pretty. I might make myself some nails out of this. Wow. Alright guys, so there you go. It may be fugly on one side, but the other side might be stunningly cool. So how much fun can you have playing with paint? I adore you, and I will see you again in another video. Bye bye.